Tough day to be a Lachey. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Neal here, stand-up comic. We've got a petition for Love is Blind hosts Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey to be removed. We're going to get into this story and more here. Love is Blind News. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals. If you want to see a stand-up show update, link in the comment section, linktree.com/Dave Neal. You sign up for the mailing list, and also going live right after this on Patreon, patreon.com/Dave Neal for behind-the-scenes bonus content. Every afternoon, bachelorrushhour.com, the hit podcast. All right. With all that set aside, let's get into it. Not a good day for Vanessa Lachey. Here she is, season 4 of Netflix. She's getting crucified in this petition. Let's go to it right now. Read you the news. I've got her petition and also what some alumni are saying regarding whether or not they should be the host moving forward. Petition to remove Love is Blind host Nick and Vanessa Lachey surpasses 18,000 signatures following that biased and deeply uncomfortable reunion. Yeah, you never want to make the news if you're the host. You never want to make the news. A petition to remove Nick and Vanessa as hosts of Love is Blind surpassed 18,000 signatures. And in respect, we're going to get to this other story in a minute. There was 6.5 million people trying to watch the finale, which is insane. It's about a 600% increase from what you're watching on The Bachelor. And of course, we'll get into that whole story in a minute, how that all got crashed. So 18,000 out of 600. Oh, looks like we're up to 21,000. 18,000 out of 21,413 out of 6.5 million is really not that much, but it's worth making a video over if you ask me. Fans were left extremely unimpressed by the married couple after the Netflix show's first ever live reunion. Fans were as unimpressed as Irina was when she met Zach. But don't blink, there's more. Viewers also, we love Zach. Viewers also had a huge problem with Vanessa, who was blasted for her weird baby obsession and grilling of contestants. Yeah, so we had, and by the way, do you think Nick and Vanessa Lachey sleep with one eye open, knowing these two should have their job? Maybe. All right, so yeah, there we have a Love is Blind Japan contestant calling out the baby conversation. I really did enjoy season 4. However, asking when do you want to have a baby question on a TV show is just wrong. Yeah, that's one of those things that I think culturally a few years ago it wasn't out in the open why that is problematic, but it's of course because we're finally coming to terms, I think, in a national conversation with the fact that miscarriages are a very tough thing that people and families have to deal with, and also getting pregnant in the first place and all of the issues that come with fertility and family planning. They're worth discussing, but you have to be very sensitive about it and not just say, when are the babies coming? I mean, look, get it. I just got married in October 2022, and I'm going home to see my family, and everyone thinks it's because we're announcing we're having a baby. Newsflash, we're not. That we know of. But either way, it's like, it's a very sensitive topic that people need to be aware of. All right, so now fans of the Netflix show are looking to dethrone former boy band singer Nick Lachey, 49, and his wife, 42, by garnering as many signatures as possible on a petition. The Change.org petition, remove Nick and Vanessa Lachey as the host of Love is Blind, argues that while the show has had a ton of success, there's one large problem: the hosts. All right, let's go to the petition right here. There it is. Oh, just racking up the views right now. And let's see what they say. From the initial season, the hosts felt pretty useless and out of place. They seemed to be much more concerned with directing as much attention at themselves as their personal lives, rather than focusing on the contestants that are actually participating in the experiment. Many enjoy the show, but it's being held back from its full potential with cringy Nick and Vanessa Lachey. Most recently, Nick shaded his ex-wife Jessica Simpson by claiming second marriages are always the best on the season 3 reunion. The comment was uncalled for, forced and spiteful towards Jessica, who has been publicly supportive and positive about her ex-husband. Oh, that was a joke. Get over it. I thought that was a fine joke. Vanessa Lachey is domineering of every reunion in attempts to gain as much camera time as possible by cutting into every conversation, speaking over her husband and contestants, and very badly acting like she cares about members of the cast. Neither Nick or Vanessa make any effort to guide the cast through a confusing and emotional experience and blatantly attempt to stir up drama and leave. Other off-putting behavior includes Nick saying, "Obviously, I'm Nick Lachey," when introducing himself. "We get it. You're a washed-up C-list celebrity. Congrats." Letting the season 2 reunion get completely out of hand and targeting certain contestants rather than treating them equally during the experiment. All right, an axe to grind. I wonder if this is like a fellow boy band member that was starting this petition. This is Joey Fatone created this petition. Bye. All right. Anyway, is that even the right boy band? Who knows? Who cares? It's all the same. Frosted Tips and Muscles. All right, that's the name of my album, Frosted Tips and Muscles. Just the tip, frosted, that is. All right, I gave up sugar. All I can think about is frosting. Okie dokie. So anyway, look, this is kind of silly. Like, they're already going back to the season 2 issue that they had. Okay. Understandably, in the beginning, Love is Blind sought out any C-list celebrities to put their show on the map. I don't like the A-list, B-list, C-list. It's like, listen, he's on the list, and that's what's important. Nick Lachey. I met Nick Lachey a couple years ago, and he was a nice guy. I mean, he's way bigger than a C-list. Everybody knows the name Nick Lachey. That, I hate to say it, makes it A-list. C-list, D-list, that would be like Tom Sandoval. Some people know Tom Sandoval, some don't. Name me somebody who doesn't know Nick Lachey. I stand by that point. Understandably, and justice for Nick Lachey. As far as Vanessa, that's another story. For a show that is attempting to be reality TV, Vanessa and Nick make it feel fake, cringy, and poorly produced. Join the thousands of Love is Blind fans making the show evolve into the best version. Make it evolve. Okay, look, and again, I'm not defending Nick and Vanessa as hosts at all. But like, let's not pretend Love is Blind is some like prestigious show that needs like Meryl Streep hosting it. Let it be messy. Let it be. All right, so there it is. Vanessa doing her part to resolve some issues, sends Love is Blind's Paul flowers after he accuses her of having a personal bias in reunion questioning. And again, the way I look at it, is it a bias or is she just not good at her job? All right, okay, so let's get to the second part of the story. Netflix CEO explains Love is Blind live stream era reveals 6.5 million viewers watched. So Ted Sarandos and Greg Peters revealed what exactly went wrong with the live Love is Blind Season 4 reunion special on Sunday and how they plan to fix the problem with other live broadcasts moving forward. We're really sorry to disappoint so many people during a pre-recorded Q1 earnings interview Tuesday. We didn't meet the standard that we expect ourselves to serve our members and just be clear from a technical perspective. It would have been funny if they were like, you know what? Rather than do a live stream, we're actually going to mail everybody a DVD of the reunion. It'll be in a little red envelope. We've got the infrastructure. We had just a bug that we introduced actually when we implemented some changes to try to improve live streaming performances after the last live broadcast, Chris Rock's Selective Outrage in March. We just didn't see this bug in internal testing because it only became apparent once we put multiple systems interacting with each other under the load of millions of people trying to watch Love is Blind. All right, so the bug couldn't handle itself when it reached a large load. According to Peters, it was 6.5 million people to be exact. Well, I wouldn't say 6.5 million is exact. Was it on the nose? Just 6.5. That did watch the reunion special hosted by Nick and Vanessa, which was set to stream live at 5 p.m. Pacific on Sunday night. Due to technical issues, which began with a web browser user interface displaying an error message reading, "Pardon the interruption, we're having trouble playing Netflix. We hate when these things happen, but we'll learn from it and we'll get better. We do have the fundamental infrastructure that we need. The good news is that ultimately 6.5 million viewers watched and enjoyed the show." Well, enjoyed is the key word here. I don't know. Most people said it stunk. So a reunion show that's going to generate news and buzz, it really does play better live when people can join together. Certainly the Chris Rock stand-up show played out so well because there was so much anticipation for what he was going to say in that set. So when we have the opportunity to do projects like that, we like the fact we have the option to do it. All right, so they were super disappointed, blah, blah, blah. Reunion marks Netflix's second ever live event after Chris Rock's Selective Outrage dropped on March 4th. 17.8 million hours were viewed between March 6th to the 12th. The special did not make the first overall top 10 list after its initial March 4th launch when it had only been available for one day of that count, but did land on the US-only rankings. All right, very nice. So that's where they stand. All right. Look, the show's popular. That's what it comes down to. The show's popular, but it's got problems. And the more popularity it gains, the more we're going to acknowledge and address these problems. Former Love is Blind cast members say the Netflix show literally ruins lives. This isn't anything new. The basis of Love is Blind, the popular Netflix series that wrapped its 4th season on Sunday, is chaotic to begin with. 15 men, 15 women enter a dating experiment. So it's so chaotic, Nick Thompson even offered this warning to people as they watch the show. 6 things I want you to remember watching Love is Blind.
6 things I want you to remember when you're watching season 4 of Love is Blind.
Number 1, cast members are humans. Filming is a constant pressure cooker of life-altering decisions. Everyone is stressed, sleep-deprived, and off their normal schedule. There is no mental health support provided during production. You're seeing a small edited fraction time in their lives. Not everyone is there for the right reasons. There it is, folks. Remember those things as an audience, but also if the show's not going to properly handle the psychological experiment, and with that I mean it's one thing to have the experiment and profit off of which couples found success in the drama, but you can't, in good faith, just send those people out there without the right help they need, mental health, and all the other aspects of becoming a villain and dealing with the heat. That it's hard enough given the controlled setting of the show, but it's even made worse when we look at the actual bias that may exist, or at least picking one side over another when it comes to Vanessa as host. I would love to know what you guys think. This is honestly one of those things where, I don't mind a messy host. I don't mind if the show is a little off the rails. Most people's friends are messy. They pick sides, and Vanessa and Nick seem to pick sides. But we saw this play out with Shake a few years ago where, to be honest, Shake had, he had issues, where he was saying things that were, downright problematic. But at the same time, he had points. When the show's about, is love blind, and he wanted to argue that maybe it's not, she was so defensive. And I'll tell you this, as a stand-up comedian, you have to learn when you're dealing with hecklers to not show too much emotion, because if you show emotion, they win. You have to stay cool, calm, and collected. It doesn't seem like Vanessa is really good at doing that when it comes to the pressure cooker situation of hosting a reunion. I'd love to know what you guys think. More content coming your way. Do me a favor. If you enjoy what I'm talking about, please don't be shy with the podcast and check us out. Original content every afternoon, bachelorrushhour.com, or search Bachelor Rush Hour wherever you listen. We'll be back with more right after this.